Hey YouTube, welcome to another video. I wanted to talk about the new Blokees. And yeah, it just feels like yesterday that I made a video talking about the renders. Um, it was like middle of last year, I think, that I caught wind of this. And already these kits are already you're able to pre-order. They may be dropping in February, or they may be shipping out in February. But we have Penny Parker and Raccon model kits. I have the Venom model kit on the way. I believe I got it from Temu, or one of those sites, those foreign websites. And I cannot wait for Venom to come in. He looks absolutely spectacular. I'm also going to make a video comparing him to some of the other Venoms I have here. I I I am thinking about getting the Spider-Man because I am kind of like, I do want to compare the model kit Spider-Man to like a Hasbro Spider-Man. Like, I'm kind of like curious to see how these are standing up to Marvel. So super excited. Blockie's really keeping the toy game alive, because action figures are very expensive. These model kits are probably averaging between $20 and $30 right now. With the thing being that they're model kits and you have to put them together, but um, it's actually a lot of fun. Causes you to engage a little bit with the action figure, like, build it from scratch, and everything. It just, model kits just kind of hit different. There's a different kind of, when you build one, and it kind of just kind of sits a little, when you look at your model kit, you like kind of think back like, wow, I built that. So tons of fun. It's kind of like a way to actually kind of play with the thing, like building it, like, as opposed to just buying it, taking out the plastic and just, doing whatever. Like, here, you take it out, you build it, you kind, it just feels more engaging. So I like model kits. um Model kits, it's kind of something I got into recently. But I feel, as long as, I'm cool with model kits if they save, some money, which I have bought some of those Bandai hobby kits. Like, I got the Gogeta, and a couple. I got the Brawly, which, if I were to buy them like from SH Figures, would be like way more expensive. Um, so, model kits can be a way to cut costs, and kind of like, it's just like an exciting project. It kind of, it prolongs, the time that you spend with the figure and everything. And yeah, it's super cool. So this is what's gonna look like. The Penny Parker, and um, I like the Penny Parker. For me personally, like, I want to. I'm gonna wait, see what it looks like, see how it holds up, because the from the renders, the shoulder pads kind of seem a little bit clunky and seem like they may weigh the figure down. So I'm gonna wait, but definitely one that looks really cool. I love the colors. They did a phenomenal paint job here. So moving on, we have the Rocket Raccoon as well. I think this is an easy snag for me. Hopefully, it's a little bit cheaper. It looks like an easier, smaller model kit. Something you could really run through. I loving the gun. The color on this looks absolutely phenomenal. Super exciting. I love the tail. When you put the tail together and it articulates and everything. And yeah, looking super like this. The Rocket Raccoon will definitely be like an easy snag for me. as soon as it comes out or whatever. Um, and I can't believe that already that we're seeing these figures drop. It just feels like I got news about this like middle of last year, and Blockie's able to make a quick turnaround, which is this is this is what we need right now to really invigorate the toy the action figure model kits community, because action figures are just astronomically expensive. It's just really ridiculous how much they're charging for action figures, and I don't think it's something that action figures were kind of like, oh, I got some spare change, whatever, some spare money, let me buy a model kit, whatever, or toy. But now it's really like sucking out the fun, and I feel like Blokees is really like building its own kind of niche. So Hasbro, needs to be careful with those prices. When they start um, really starting elevating those prices, what the OGs are going to do, the original, I'm going to say original gamers, or the original toy collectors are going to do, because, this is, if you're, a real like the original toy collectors, is something that's been ingrained in them. So they're going to always be looking, and when they see these blockies, they're going to say, man, this looks cool. It's a cheaper price. I got to just put it together, whatever. And when they start getting that dopamine hit from building these kits, it's gonna be a snowball effect. And that, me personally, like I've built. I start off with the Gundams, so this is like a walk in the park. The Gundams are they take way more time and effort and patience. But once you build like a model kit Gundam, these blockies are like, you can do, it's just like, it doesn't even feel like a waste. It doesn't feel like you're taking up too much time building these kits. Like, it just feels like, oh, I could take care of this. I could knock this out in a couple of days, couple hours, whatever. So this is what they're gonna look like. This is what Penny Parker is gonna look like. Of course, they got her in an action pose, and I'm just curious to see how it stands, and how it holds. That's where I'm kind of like, and those eyes, those eyes may actually light up, because I have the Nine Tails blockies, which is, I love it. I mean, I'm so in love with that blockies model kit. I feel like it hasn't gotten enough hype or anything, but I got it next to my Naruto SH figures, and it looks phenomenal. But I'm just curious to see how this thing kind of like all looks together, how it moves, things like that, because it's a lot of pieces, it's a lot of things. The shoulder pads, the legs, how they hold the body. This I would say, compared to the other ones, will be more Gundam esque kind of a build. A lot of pieces, lots of things going on. But I'm curious to see if they snuck in, because the Naruto Nine Tails, the eyes light up. There's a little magnet on the top, and when you run the magnet above its head, the eyes light up. There's like a little battery in there and everything, and super cool. If you want to check it out, I have another video with the Nine Tails reviewing it. If you want to take a quick look and see what I'm talking about. And I had a lot of fun making that video as well. But that was one of my first blockies. If you kind of want to see how these things kind of come together, or you just want to take a look at it, I do have a video. And yeah, I mean, this looks phenomenal, but I'm gonna be a little bit patient, see how it looks, and watch the other members in the toy community, see how they how it stands up. And so the Rocket Raccoon, that's the easy, this is like an easy cool, fun. Like I would say, if you were a beginner, this is a total like easy way in, like to start model kits. I think model kits are underrated. You know, right now, number one being the price, the fun. You know, you get a lot of fun putting them together. At first, it does feel a little tedious, but after you get used to it, it kind of starts to feel like fun. Um, there's people on Twitch that stream like themselves like putting model kits together. Sometimes people like, it's kind of, people like to watch people put it together. It's not a huge community, but there is one out there, and if you have a big following, whatever, it always helps to bring people in, whatever. But this is a easy for beginners. I mean, and it looks phenomenal. I love the colors, the eyes. I mean, this is like what kind of something you can put on your desk, if you want, have them kind of hanging out. Um, Super cool. And yeah, so I'm just super happy about this. This is really great news for January. I just feel like action figures as a whole, uh, with the price of action figures, just toys in general, just being skyrocketed for no reason. Um, I'm really feeling these model kits. I really feel like these model kits are gonna go crazy. They're gonna, because what will happen is people are definitely gonna fall off. But then when the original, guys start getting into it, and people start seeing it and getting familiar with it, it's going to be a snowball effect for sure. That's what I feel. Plus, it's Marvel Rivals. A lot of people playing this game. That's just, the popularity is crazy, and just an easy game to get into. Um, but yeah, guys, that's all I have right now with these. I don't have any release dates or anything, but I believe that these may be shipping out in February. Um, you know, um, if you really kind of want to get a hold of these, like, send me a comment. I may be able to. I think I did see some sites, but I don't know how, if people really want these, or they're really trying to track these down, or because you can pre-order these right now. I believe you can pre-order these. So if you can't find anywhere to pre-order these, or you're interested, send me a comment. I'll drop a link in the description, or maybe I'll just put a link in the description if you're looking. Disclaimer. Buy at your own risk. There's a lot of websites, and I'm not familiar with every single toy website. But buy at your own risk. If you feel like you don't trust the website or whatever, just hold off. The only really reputable kind of foreign website for me is like Temu or Shein or whatever. All those crazy, Asia markets. Um, those, Temu, Shein, all those, they tend to have these model kits. But if you're unable to find them, I'll drop a link or something. I'll drop like a website, but I'll see. I'll try to drop a link in the description, and just if I find a pre-order. I think I might have seen a pre-order, but the website, it seems a little bit kind of shady. I'm not 100% familiar with these websites. Um, just real quick, like, I love 5K toys, and I have bought some stuff from there, but it takes way too long for them to like kind of get their stuff in place. um, I pre-ordered some stuff, and like I ended up just canceling. It was just taking way too long. But 5K toys has beautiful stuff. I would say another underrated website. They should be more kind of like hype, but sometimes it can take. Sometimes you can get your figure. Sometimes you cannot get your figure. Like I had pre-ordered the Brawly, and I just ended up canceling it. It was just taking maybe like a year, half a year. I don't know. It was just an astronomical long amount of time to pre-order a figure, and it was just taking so long. So that's how some of these websites work. So just do your research. But you know, um, I'll I'll try to I'll try to leave me a comment. Leave me a comment if you really maybe having trouble finding it, and maybe you want to see like a website that may have it for pre-order. Leave me a comment. But take care and peace, guys.